A little story. So I was sitting in the enrollment management team next to Michelle one day, and Lillian said, okay, so we're going to, and Steve said we're going to have a Student Success Center core team, and Michelle's going to lead that, and on that team is Liza Smith and Michonne, and we both went, what? Sure, okay. So it was a little bit of a surprise, and it was kind of like, oh, and get this done by August, thank you. And you know what, we were thrilled to do it because it was time. Everybody was ready for this. Everybody was chomping at the bit to have a say in what happens in this, because we have all dealt with students who have more needs than we could actually serve. So we were excited to do that. But basically we just wanted to stop the office cups game, right? So you come to advising, you need a form, you go to registrar's office, but that's not here, you have to go upstairs. You go to the registrar's office, you realize you haven't really applied yet, so then you have to go up the hill, right? And so it was one of those, where do we direct the student kind of stuff, and it's really, that's not what we need to be doing. It has to be, what are we doing to help the student, no matter where it is that we are. So we wanted to stop the cups game, and we wanted to put students first. And I think we've started that. We're not there yet, I can promise you that. But we have made some really great strides. Although the needs that our students come in with are very entailed and lengthy at times, I think we're serving them well overall.
So the process thus far, what have we done? We went road tripping. So we visited other campuses, looked at what they had, looked at everything spatial, what offices were there, what space they needed, what space they had, what space they didn't have. How did they make it work within their campuses? We had asked them for advice. What should we do? What shouldn't we do? What should we make sure happens? And we got quite a lot of feedback. And so I thank everyone who came on the road trips with us. It was fun. We have interviewed various departments. So what goes well in your department? What needs to happen? What services can you do come August in this single space with this vision? We looked at the Student Success Task Force. We looked at what's important to the success of our students. What role can this group play in order to make that happen? And we took some things from there. We looked at the strategic plan. It has been in our plans forever for this to happen. So there was quite a lot to read. And what should we do moving forward? And I don't know how many times we can say it, but really this is 1.0. We looked at the Campus Works work and looked at their visit and what did they think we could do. And you know, we have been moving at lightning speed and we have accomplished quite a bit. And the last thing is we also had listening sessions. We had listening sessions with students. We had listening sessions with groups. We had listening sessions. I think we invited the Camp Best. Yep, we did. Couple times, okay. And different departments. And we took all of their feedback and gave it our best shot. And that is sort of up and running right now. And this is where we landed.
Yeah. So I'm pleased to say we did actually land somewhere. Not for nothing, that's a big feat. Because if you think about it, we basically relocated one of our busiest offices at the busiest time of year without interruption of service to students.
Big ups to advising and transfer.
And so I couldn't really, none of us could do this without the patience and the perseverance of the staff that were involved with that inside and outside of advising and transfer as well. So IT, facilities, if they have to move the desk one more time, I think they might look askance at me at one point. But so we established a triage area. So one of the things that we really wanted to focus on was making sure that we could talk to students and figure out, why are you here? So they may have a piece of it, we might have a piece of it. Can we all come together and figure out what the whole picture is so that we can direct the student accordingly as needed and serve them well? Part of that is creating a central processing area for paperwork. It no longer matters what office you're in to drop something off. That's all I'm going to say. So we can take it, link it, scan it, and whoever needs to service that particular piece of paper can do that from wherever it is that they're working. And so kudos to IT for helping us work that out as well.
Beth.
As mentioned before, we moved advising and transfer, and thank you to the library services and tutoring for creating the space for us to do that. I'm looking forward to wonderful working relationships with those groups, and that is what the heart of this is, really, is to keep us working together and more closely and think of innovative ways to serve our students as we do that. Part of that is to create a self-help area. So there are a large number of students who actually know what they need to do if we could just get them started. So we have self-help area in the front for folks to be able to do that. We have roaming people around to help them so that they're not just standing there in front of a screen thinking they know what they're doing, but not really until they're asked for a username and password, those kinds of stuff. So we can help with that. And we're establishing basically a queuing system with Starfish. Still working out some of that, but we're almost there. We're like so close. But what I've noticed is that students are patiently and comfortably waiting to be served, and it's a far cry from what we've experienced before. Any of us that have worked in the hallways, I'll call them, as we've walked by students who've been kind of sitting on the floor forever. There's very little floor sitting at this point, so I'm very excited about that.
So the next steps, I'm sorry. So the next steps from this iteration is to first gather feedback. We will be surveying all the students, especially returning students. New students don't know any better, but the returning ones, to see, how was it? What could we do better? Did you use the self-help area? Did you like using the self-help area? Was it helpful? And then further experimentation. So right now, we change up things weekly, if not.
Daily.
So for daily. So we noticed that, for example, the line to advising was so much longer than, it was almost out the door. And so we moved where they're getting checked in, we added more people. So we're still in this sort of shifting, changing to sort of see how we hit the ebbs and flows. It's still changing. Let's see, process and redesign. So right now, the president always says, what we've done essentially is geography, but we're really working on integration. So right now, we've moved a bunch of people around, we've changed some of the processes, but we haven't gotten to the nitty-gritty yet. We're going to go and look at, what are our policies? And now in this new, how can we change how it is that we do business? What is the process? Can we streamline it? Can we make it easier? Something like that. You want to talk about Start Right? Mm-hmm. One of the changes is the Start Right program.
Yep.
I want to do that.
So the Start Right program is basically a good hard look at how we onboard our students to this institution. I won't get into that now because we don't have a lot of time, but only to say that we're going to streamline how students come into this institution so that by the time the people who touch the students get those students, they know what they've already been through. And by the time those same students enter your classrooms, they will know how to be a student in terms of accessing what they need to access. You won't spend 3 weeks teaching students how to access their email. We would have taught them how to do that and shown them how to do that and made them do it before entering your classrooms. So that's one example of doing that. So that will be starting soon. I'm not exactly sure when. We're looking at what those possibilities will be, but stay tuned. It is coming, and we're very, very excited about that. So we're going to be integrating our services, so all of that requires the integration of registrar's office, admissions, marketing, advising, folks I haven't even thought about because I'm standing in front of 400 people. All of that stuff, all pulled together in order to make this happen, so stay tuned there. So we're going to end this with a very large ask, okay? So we will continue to receive and ask for your feedback on how this is going. It is not a one and done. It will never be done. So if anyone's thinking like, geez, I can't wait till this is done, you're on the wrong train. So we need honest and engaged feedback from each and every one of you. If you hear something from students about their experience, good, bad, or otherwise, we want to hear it. We want to know what we're doing well and what we're not doing well, what was kind of Mets in the middle there. I'm asking you to have a willingness to try something new, to go outside your comfort zone, to do something that's a little bit scary, okay? Because we ask that of our students every single day. So why not ask it of ourselves? I'm asking for your participation, collaboration, some ideas for solutions. So if you come with me with a complaint, I would love to hear what your idea is to fix it. Because I'm not that creative, to be honest with you. Patience with the process. Change is slow sometimes. It doesn't feel it when you're in the middle of it, but little tiny steps over time create a big cumulative difference. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what that is. And as long as we keep the best interests of our students first, I think we'll get to where we need to be. And I think we've made a good step forward in starting that process.
So special thanks to our team. So that's Jim Rackey, Michonne Davis-Ian, Deb Ryder, Brian Brophy-Bierman, Andrea McRitchie, Derek Thomas, Kristen Proctor. We thank you so much. We could not have done this without you and your hard work.
Once again, thank you to the team for their hard work. It was amazing to see this take place all over during the summer. A few times we had to calm some people down. We're a little bit freaking out about all the things they had to do at once. But I appreciate their hard work and their commitment to this. If you have not had a chance to go up there and see what is done, please do. And remember, it is only the first part. As we get the feedback and we assess what worked, what did not, we'll come up with other solutions. I'd rather do it in this way incrementally than trying to do a full build out and then once you spend the time, the resources and everything, find out, oh, we should have done it differently. So this way, we'll do it the right way. And I think that's the best way to accomplish it. The other big thing that we have accomplished during this year is to come up with an ambitious strategic plan. And I'd like to thank Kathy and Ingrid for the hard work that they undertook in leading this effort, but also the whole core team and all the different groups. We had over 70 people that volunteered to work in developing this strategic plan. And like I said, this is your strategic plan. So when we think about looking towards the future, this is a glimpse into our future. This is the map that gives us the direction in which we're going to go. And it's a living map. It's one that will change and will have to change as we adjust and as circumstances might change. But we're excited about this, so I'm going to invite Ingrid and Kathy to come up and share a little bit more of where we're at with our strategic planning process.
Hi, everybody. Okay, we just want to give you a quick update. You heard the plan is actually done. That means the draft, the final draft has been written. Most of you were involved in some aspect of that right through the month of June, I think, and then over the summer, the executive team worked with their respective areas to pull the final plan together. So let me tell you what that actually means. So our strategic plan will actually have 3 components. The first component will be the plan itself, the strategic plan, our 5 strategic goals with the key strategies that we've identified to help us reach 100% student success. The second part of the plan, and it's a separate but linked document, is the operational plan. And that's probably the piece that all of us have looked at the most. That is the very detailed spreadsheet of the activities that we've identified that all will roll up to helping us achieve the goals that we've set for ourselves and to move the needle on the metrics that you're going to hear about today. The third part of the plan is the set of metrics that we've identified as the measures that we want to hold ourselves as an institution accountable for based on the goals we've set for ourselves. Here's our timeline in terms of approval. The president mentioned that next week the trustees will have the opportunity to review and hopefully approve the plan. Once we get the green light from the trustees, we're then able to go forward to the Department of Higher Education. We are anticipating that will happen in October, and also anticipating that we we'll get our green light there. So much so that the executive team has already made the decision that we are working from this strategic plan from today forward. So I think we should all feel really good about the work we've done, because there's great confidence from our leadership that what we put together is the right plan for us at this moment. So let me tell you, I want to segue to Ingrid, but I want to just leave you with a thought. A couple weeks ago, one of my colleagues asked me if I really thought there was going to be anything different with this strategic plan from any other time in our institution's history. Of course, I haven't been here since the 60s, but the one thing I said that is very different about this plan is that we collectively talked about it, wrote about it, and continued to engage with each other for an entire year. And our words are the words in the plan. There might have been a little sprucing up here and there for clarity's sake, but you will see the words that you added to the plan when you see the documents. That's very important. The second thing is that we are holding ourselves to very rigorous measures of accountability that are not simply, a measure of did we meet it, yes or no, or somewhere in between, but actually very rigorous metrics, some of which Ingrid is going to introduce you to this morning. And I think that level of accountability makes this plan very different. It makes it very public. It isn't a plan that we can just easily say, well, we kind of gotten there, and this is the reason why, because we're going to be watching those measures almost like our data dashboard for our institution's success. So I want to thank everybody. We had a tremendous opportunity in this past year to work with everybody across campus on this, and I think that we should all feel great about what we accomplished. So I'd like to turn it over to Ingrid to talk about the metrics.
All right. All right, thanks, Kathy. I'd like to go into some more detail about how we're going to measure our progress and performance once we start implementing the plan. So, this looks familiar to some of you, more science people more so than others perhaps, but there are essentially three components to the measures. Developing core strategic initiatives, which you see in the middle there, and those are the things that we've all done through the planning process this past year. Tracking the initiatives through written reports and qualitative measures, and evaluating our progress through quantitative metrics like student retention and graduation rates. The programs and initiatives included in our strategic plan, like expanding academic outcomes assessment, reevaluating the freshman year experience, expanding service learning, are the ideas you all submitted during the past year through the strategic planning process. These types of project-based initiatives, the things we do day to day to be more effective in our jobs, will be tracked through qualitative reports that many of you will be asked to contribute to. Some of this will be measurable, such as how many students were served, what were the outcomes of the program, and some will be descriptive, describing not only what was accomplished, but also the barriers to accomplishing more. The broader metrics, like student retention and graduation rates, are the things we are so commonly measured on by the state, by the federal government, and internally. Moving these metrics forward depends on the progress we make in our day-to-day work through the programs and initiatives included in the plan. If we are placing students into appropriate courses, teaching and advising effectively, have streamlined processes for enrolling students, we should see improvement in these broader metrics. All of our day-to-day work feeds into these. Once we've made some progress on implementing the plan, you'll work with your vice presidents and your supervisors on the qualitative reports. IRAP, the comptroller's office, and other departments will track the metrics. We have about 20 metrics we've been asked to track, and we'll get into the details of these at another time. I'm just going to go through a few examples to give us a sense as to what's coming next. All right, so there are two metrics for Goal 1, two of many, which is achieve 100% student success, are increasing access and reducing performance gaps for underserved racial and ethnic groups. Each metric has a baseline, which in most cases is our current position, and a target. The targets are based on current trends and aspirational goals. In the first metric, targets are based on regional demographic projections for the Worcester region, and those show an increase in Asian, Black, and Hispanic populations and a decrease in the white population. The targets in the second metric are based on accelerating our current upward retention trends and closing achievement gaps. For Goal 2, becoming a leader in quality, innovative academic and workforce programs, we'll be looking at how well we are meeting workforce needs as measured by the number of students who graduate from high-needs fields. And this also has a non-credit component. In this case, our goal is to increase those numbers by about 15%. Another metric we'll be looking at is increased use of the internet to assess Goal 3, which is our communications and collaboration goal. A more diverse faculty and staff that more closely resembles our student body is an example of a metric for the goal of fostering a diverse and engaged community. And a key metric for Goal 5, strengthening organizational sustainability, is streamlining our enrollment decline. So that should give you a sense as to what's coming. We want to thank you. Again, this is everyone's plan. So thanks to all of you for all your hard work over the next year. And now we'll be all involved into the next year as we implement it and see how we're doing on it. So thank you.
And thank you for everyone for their hard work in making this plan a reality. This is really your plan. We developed it organically, and each of us contributed to it and share our unique vision as a part of the DNA of this plan. We have some ambitious metrics and goals to achieve, but without a little ambition, we're not going to get anywhere. So we got to really aim high, and that's what we are trying to do with this. So thank you for all the hard work. And that sets the roadmap for the future. Because again, there are no such thing as challenges that don't open up new opportunities for us to succeed, for us to overcome them, for us to create new ways of resolving problems and looking into the future. So the challenges that face us are merely the opportunities to create a better future for the college. And our commitment to student success is what defines us. It's what should always define us. We might have disagreements about how we get there, or who does what, or when and where. But we should all be moving towards that single goal, achieving student success, making the dreams of the students, those dreams for a better life, for education, for getting ahead and being able to succeed in their jobs, those dreams that they have brought to our doorsteps and entrusted us with. Our job is to make those dreams a reality and to make the college one where students come to succeed. You are dream makers. You are the ones who make the dreams come true. And our work is to never rest until we have enabled our students to achieve success. So thank you for all the hard work. And to recognize some of the work that's been done and the people who have done it, I'm going to invite some of the other people from the to help me as we present some awards to recognize some of the excellence in our community.
There used to be a Saturday Night Live skit that said, "This is when we dance," but this is when we have the opportunity to acknowledge and recognize our colleagues for their outstanding work for the last year.
Good morning. The NISOT Award. Since 2006, QCC has submitted nominees to be recognized by the National Institute for Staff and Organizational Development, that's NISOT, for teaching excellence. The QCC selection criteria for this award include the identification of faculty, staff, and administrators who have demonstrated teaching excellence, have been recognized for exceptional achievements in teaching excellence, have demonstrated exemplary leadership in teaching, and have made significant innovations and improvements to support teaching and learning for teaching excellence. The following individuals are the 2018 Quinsigamond Community College NISOD Award recipients. As your name is called, please come forward to receive your award. Clarence Ates. Chip. Benjamin Benton. Kim Cummings. Kathy Fredrickson. Michael Gormley. Tom Herbert. Pat Hutchinson. Deb Levin. Nicole Payan. Morgan Rafferty. Terry Rodriguez. Karen Rux. Mariette Sabat. Andrea Schwartz. Michelle Sheehan. Anita Sirocco. And Ellen Vangel Brusso. Congratulations on your achievement. The next honor to be presented is the American Association of Community Colleges Dale P. Parnell Distinguished Faculty Recognition Award. The American Association of Community Colleges Dale P. Parnell Distinguished Faculty Award is named in honor of former AACC President and CEO Dale P. Parnell. This designation has been established to recognize individuals making a difference in the classroom. Nominees for the faculty distinction recognition should demonstrate passion for the students and the classroom, show willingness to support students inside and outside of the classroom, be inclined to participate in college committees, go above and beyond what is required to ensure that students are successful in their academic endeavors. Quinsigamond Community College is proud to have nominated Dadbe Beganahi, Professor of Engineering, Professor of Engineering and Sciences, and coordinator of the engineering program for this award. Please come forward. The final awards to be acknowledged are the Commonwealth Citation for Outstanding Performance for 2018. This award is given to state employees for their daily contributions throughout the workforce. These individuals successfully deliver quality services to the citizens of Massachusetts. Outstanding employees set high standards for themselves, and they motivate and influence their fellow workers to adopt similar standards. For 30 years, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Performance Recognition Program has been an important means to publicly acknowledge and encourage outstanding performance. The QCC recipients of this year's awards are, and if you're here, you could stand or wave, that would be great. Joanne Chirac, see you up there. Ellen Vangel-Brusso, I'm not sure she's there, but nice round of applause. And last but not least, Ray Wisniewski. The citations honoring these individuals will be presented at a celebratory event to be held during the fall semester. So congratulations.
Well, thank you for being here today. Nothing's complete until the final paperwork is done, and so please, this afternoon you'll be receiving an evaluation about today's program. The All College Day Committee will be meeting next week, planning for the spring event, so please share your thoughts and ideas about things that we could possibly do and present, or questions or formats or whatever else. And again, thank you for choosing to work at Quinsigamond, and remember that in this initiative to achieve complete 100% student success, we're all in this together. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Okay.
And thank you for the amazing work that you do. Go out there and have a great semester.